It's the remix to Ignition. R. Kelly is in prison, and the WNBA's having trouble selling tickets. Sipping on coke and rum, none of these players can dunk. Angel Reese layups look like they were attempted while drunk. Oh, the ticket prices continue their decline without the assistance of the Roo from Waterloo. First off, credit where credit is due. Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wankers, they pulled off a miraculous comeback last night. 5 minutes into the first quarter, I thought this game was over. Matter of fact, I was checking the schedule to make sure that the Felines were actually playing the Dallas Wankers. Looking at the score, you would think they were playing the Chicago Bravado because the Wankers were getting their ass kicked. By the end of the first quarter, I think the Felines were up 33-13. They built this lead without their best player because Caitlyn Clark was once again sidelined with a groin injury. Like I told you guys yesterday, I'm starting to wonder if there's a little more to this. I'm starting to wonder if Caitlyn Clark is struggling with her confidence, maybe struggling a bit mentally. If you want all the details, we talked about it yesterday morning here on the channel. Video is available in the archives. But either way, Caitlyn Clark was out again last night. Indiana Felines won the game, but Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wankers, they at least made it entertaining. Supposedly, there was a capacity crowd inside the American Airlines Center last night. I say supposedly because I did see some empty seats, but that's okay. It's okay. Because the announced attendance was over 20,000. Normally, the Wankers play their home games at the local community center in Arlington. The College Park Center seats around 7,000, and to my knowledge, Paige Beckers has not sold out a single home game this season until last night. Last night, there was a butt bongo celebration throughout the WNBA and with their pretend friends in the mainstream media. This is amazing! We made history again! The Felines, the Wankers, set an attendance record. This was the most attended pretend basketball game in the state of Texas in the month of June. When the Big Dipper aligns with Uranus, the temperature is between 85 and 90 degrees, and the game takes place between 7 and 9 p.m. during daylight savings time. Wow, that's one hell of a record. That's definitely something to be proud of, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news. As you guys know, Uncle KC hates, and I mean hates, to highlight the negatives in the WNBA dump. I hate to be the dark cloud that covers up the rainbow. Even though the WNBA set attendance records last night, they were also given a harsh reminder. This league would be on life support without Caitlyn Clark. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. On this day, 4 years ago, I walked out of my job for the final time. June 28th, 2021. I had just over 2,000 subscribers. Channel generated, I think, around $300 in revenue that month. But I had finally decided enough was enough. I quit. Everyone in my life thought I was crazy. Obviously, my parents were worried. They were doing what parents are supposed to do. What are you going to do for money? What about health insurance? What happens if you fail? My mindset was, if I fail, I can always go get another job. But I was determined to never go back. What a lot of people who are risk averse, what a lot of people who value job security don't realize, you would be amazed at what you can do and accomplish when you don't give yourself another choice. You'll be amazed at how hard you'll work and the sacrifices you'll make when you're 100% reliant on yourself to generate income. Quitting my job was the best decision I ever made. Now, there have been a lot of ups, a lot of downs, especially this year. This has been a brutally tough year here on YouTube, but I have no regrets. I am so thankful to be able to do this every day. And I'm damn sure thankful that you guys give me your time every day. You give me your most valuable asset, and I do my best not to take it for granted. A lot of you guys have been with me since the beginning, where's that curtain? Right back there. Since the curtain in the picture frame behind me was the primary backdrop of the channel. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me your time every day. And the 4 ladies in the house, 2 of which have 4 legs each, they damn sure appreciate you. The game last night between the Felines and the Wankers, it was moved to the American Airlines Center. Now, for those that don't know, this arena is home to the Dallas Mavericks. It's massive, one of the largest arenas in the NBA. For weeks leading up to the game, average ticket was selling for around $200 a piece. As soon as it was announced that Caitlyn Clark was missing Thursday night's game against the LA Sparkles, ticket prices in Dallas started to plummet. Going into yesterday morning, the status of Caitlyn Clark was unclear. No one knew if she was playing or if she would be sidelined for the second consecutive game. The uncertainty alone caused ticket prices to decline by 40%. Tickets went from $190 or $200 down to $115. Now, although this is not great, there is a glimmer of hope here for the WNBA. Matter of fact, I think this is further proof of who the WNBA should be getting behind. The real rivalry that should be center stage in the dump. Forget about Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed Barbie with a dozen aliases. She is not qualified to have an on-court rivalry with Caitlyn Clark, but Paige Beckers is. Earlier this month, the Felines played the Chicago Bravado. Game was moved to the United Center in Chicago, the largest arena in the NBA. Caitlyn Clark was sidelined with a quad strain. Ticket prices were circling the pooper. Tickets were selling for as low as $3. Some tickets, I heard, were being exchanged for Vietnamese dongs. Now, I'm no expert in math, but I'm pretty sure $115 is significantly more than $3. Now, I know the dong is a valued currency in the WNBA, but I'm also pretty sure dollars are still valued higher than dongs. Clearly, there is some interest in Paige Beckers. Clearly, there's actual interest in a rivalry between Paige Beckers and Caitlyn Clark. And this could be a rivalry that is based on actual basketball. No mythical racism, no fake claims of discrimination. If you're Kat Engelbert, this is the rivalry you need to build. Earlier this week, Paige Beckers was asked about Caitlyn Clark. The media was asking if Paige had learned anything from how Caitlyn Clark deals with pressure from the mainstream media. Pressure, criticism, claims of fake racism, white privilege, constant attacks on her fan base. You know, the usual stuff that anonymous WNBA players have to deal with. Paige Beckers' response was rather interesting. Watch it for yourself.
She handles it with grace, and the pressure that she's put on every single night to perform at the level that she does, it's inhumane, really, like to expect people to be perfect and to not have off games or off nights. And if she doesn't go like 8 for 10 from 3, like people are questioning things. It's unfair to have to deal with that.
For starters, I thought it was great that Paige Beckers was defending Caitlyn Clark. I mean, it's about time someone in the dump came to her defense. Normally, Caitlyn Clark is being physically and verbally attacked by jealous WNBA players, so it was refreshing to see Paige Beckers speak highly of Caitlyn Clark while also defending her. But here's the problem, and this is an ongoing problem in the WNBA. What Paige Beckers is insinuating is WNBA players are above criticism. She used words like inhumane, unfair to describe the criticism that Caitlyn Clark receives. And look, Paige Beckers isn't necessarily wrong. Now, I wouldn't describe it as inhumane, That's a bit of a stretch, but unfair is an accurate description. It's not fair that Caitlyn Clark is vilified by the media while they pretend that Angel Reese is a superstar. It's not fair that AJ Wilson is described as the most valuable player in the WNBA when Caitlyn Clark is the only valuable player. But at the same time, the criticism comes with the territory. When you're the face of the league, you're not immune from criticism. Hell, even if you're an anonymous player in the WNBA, which consists of 99% of the players in this league, when your job is public, criticism is part of the job. Dennis Rodman once said he would play basketball for free. The Chicago Bulls were paying him to deal with the media. He was being paid to deal with the scrutiny. LeBron James is arguably the most scrutinized athlete in history. Since LeBron was in high school, he's been criticized. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, any star athlete is subject to criticism. Is it unfair? Sure. But it's reality. WNBA players are not immune from criticism because they're women. For years, they've complained about not being treated like men. They have complained about not being treated like NBA players. Well, now you are, and they're still complaining about it. If I were Paige Beckers, who you got to remember, Paige Beckers has been largely forgotten since entering the WNBA. If I'm her agent, I'm telling her to start a rivalry with Caitlyn Clark. If I'm Kat Engelbert, this rivalry is who I'm building the league around. You've been trying for 2 years with Angel Reese. We've seen the end result. Huge, embarrassing failure. If you want a legitimate on-court rivalry, this is it. But give me your thoughts on this. Should Paige Beckers and Caitlyn Clark be the foundation that the WNBA builds around? Paige Beckers defends Caitlyn Clark, but claims that the criticism is inhumane. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.